Welcome everyone. I'm sitting here in the studio, the studentless studio, thanks to the current situation of quarantining, and so I just thought we'd do a little bit of reading. My eyes probably look weird. I'm scrolling through trying to invite people. That's an option that I'm noticing or is now here. Anyway, Pooh is with me, and Pooh has selected a book for us to read from. He doesn't actually read the Tao Te Ching, he just lives it. So he's picked my friend Mark Dobson's book here, and it's called the Rosetta. I'm going to hold it back here, Pooh, so they can see. Yeah. And, oh, you've opened to a page? Good. Ooh, great. So this is page 77 on Mark Dobson's book, The Rosetta. And I have a few signed copies here in the studio, actually. The subtitle is A Handbook for Transcendent Experience by Integrating the Metaphors of God. And so this, I guess we might call it chapter 30 or number 30 anyway. Yeah, number 30. Page 77 is Know Thyself. One of my favorite phrases that I have a really great story for, I think. Only upon accepting our actual state can we find our unique route to our higher self. I'm guessing that bears repeating. It's in bold here at the title. So know thyself. Hello, Sifu Given. Only upon accepting our actual state can we find our unique route to our higher self. And then he has a list here of the different traditions. Hey, Lorena, how are you? Hope you take a good picture of this. So he lists different traditions that have let's say, a take or a lens through which they see this idea. And those are Judaic, Christian, Islamic, Hindu, Taoist, Buddhist, in this case. So I'll read it again. Know thyself. Only upon accepting our actual state can we find our unique route to our higher self. Judaic. Lord, make me to know mine end and the measure of my days, what it is that I may know how frail I am. Psalms 39:4. Hello, Sifu Painter. Hi, Biff. Yay. Christian. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as God hath dealt to every man the measure of faith. Romans 12:3. Islamic. He has given you the earth for your heritage, and exalted some of you in rank above others, so that he might prove you with his gifts. Quran 6:165. Hindu. And do thy duty, even if it be humble, rather than another's, even if it be great. To die in one's duty is life. To live in another's is death. Gita 3:30, Bhagavad Gita 3:35. Taoist. Okay, yeah, I know. You're a little excited about this part, Pooh. That's fine. Taoist. Completely emancipated from his former false life, he discovers his original pure nature, which is the pure nature of the universe. Hua Hu Ching 77. Buddhist, your work is to find out what your work should be and not to neglect it for another's. I think I stumbled over that a bit. I'll start again. Buddhist. Maybe I'll start it 107 more times. Your work is to find out what your work should be and not to neglect it for another's. Clearly discover your work and attend to it with all your heart. Dhammapada 166. Hello, Sifu Arias. Good to see you. I do not have any sticks to salute you where I'm sitting. So I've just gone to another page, if that's okay with you, Pooh. All right. I've just flipped to page 52, which is number 5. And it looks like he actually has a little thing at the top here. So I'm going to see if I missed that. Yeah, actually, I missed one on the previous one, Know Thyself. At the very top, sort of preceding the title, the headline, he has a Bob Dylan quote, which I just skipped. So we're still on Know Thyself, page 77, number 30, Know Thyself. Each of us has his own special gift, and you know this was meant to be true. Kind of want to sing that. And you know this was, or mumble sing it, perhaps. I know that was meant to be true. So there's our Bob Dylan and my eternal apologies. So now we've gone to page 52, which is number 5, or return. And I think in keeping with that, I'll read the lyricist's that is at the top. At the end, hello, Sifu stamp. I promise that I'm standing and Golden Cock stands on one leg for the duration of this. Unfortunately, the view of the camera is not showing my lower half. So, I mean, obviously you can trust me. And unwaveringly upon one leg in my dutiful practice of each one. So here we are, page 52, number 5, return, Mark Dobson. The illusion of separation, even for 1,000,000 years, is but the blink of an eye. What awaits is that which we never left. So, as before, it probably bears repeating. Is that a yes? Okay. The illusion of separation, even for 1,000,000 years, is but the blink of an eye. What awaits is that which we never left. So the first is the Judaic tradition. In the end of days thou wilt return to the Lord thy God, and hearken unto his voice, for the Lord thy God is a merciful God. Deuteronomy 4:30. What's that? Oh, that's really sweet of you. We're interrupting this to say hello to Ming Li and well wishes for a speedy recovery, and special thanks to Vivian for helping Ming Li feel better. That was very nice of you. Well, of course, a commercial interruption is fine when it's heartfelt. So we're returning to return. Next is Christian. I came forth from the Father, and I am come into the world. Again, I leave the world and go to the Father. John 16:28. Islamic. Surely to God all things shall in the end return. Quran 42:53. Hindu. Whatever path men travel is my path. No matter where they walk, it leads to me. Gita 9, Bhagavad Gita 9:7. I used to just saying Gita. Taoist. Yep, it's going to happen every time. You could perhaps settle in. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, Pooh, here you go. Tao sends forth a succession of living things as mysterious as the unbegotten existence to which they return. Tao Te Ching, chapter 14. Man, I like that. Wu Ji translation. As mysterious as the unbegotten existence to which they return. Okay, moving on. Buddhist. Remember the pure, clear, white light from which everything in the universe comes, to which everything in the universe returns. The original nature of your own mind. Tibetan Book of the Dead. And what do you think? Maybe a third. Let's see what we skipped to here. Well, why not? Yeah. We just skipped a few. We just finished Tibetan Book of the Dead. And Sifu Painter's here, who's made it his life's work to be the work of death. And so even though it's very easy to see death in the headline and say, maybe there's a nicer one, a more pleasant one. Let's just do that. However, in keeping with my now traditional forget to read the very top, which actually preceded it all, we return, page 52, to the quote at the beginning, which I will endeavor not to sing. What's that? Oh, the most deep thanks of all time for promising not to sing? Well, I didn't promise, I said endeavor. Life is a mystery. Everyone must stand alone. I hear you call my name, and it feels like home. But I could dance. That's Madonna. Okay. I know, that's also bad. I know. So here we are, page 56, Mark Dobson's The Rosetta, the section entitled Death. The only death is upon a two-dimensional game board in which a tiny part of you craves drama. Hello, Rob. So death, again, repeating the start a time or two or three. The only death is upon a two-dimensional game board in which a tiny part of you craves drama. One more time. The only death is upon a two-dimensional game board in which a tiny part of you craves drama. And we'll check in here. Judaic. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Psalms 23. Christian. Fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul. Matthew 10:28. Islamic. He sends forth guardians who watch over you and carry away your souls without fail when death overtakes you. Then are all men restored to God, their true Lord. Quran 6:62. Hindu. The wise grieve not for those who live, and they grieve not for those who die, for life and death shall pass away. Because we all have been, for all time, I and thou and those kings of men, and we shall be for all time, we all four, ever and ever. Bhagavad Gita 2:11. Taoist. If you... Yeah, okay. All right. I know. Thank you, Pooh. You're exceedingly Taoist, which is not possible. You're perfectly balancedly Taoist. Well done. Or is that because you don't try and be Taoist? Thank you. Very good. Here we are in Taoist. If you stay in the center and embrace death with your whole heart, you will endure forever. Tao Te Ching 33. Sounds like Stephen Mitchell's translation, that one. I'm not sure if that's what he uses. Buddhist. Worldlings will regard as death what the conqueror of self knows to be life everlasting. Teachings of the Buddha 12.4. And then somehow I've managed not to forget to read the lyric at the top. Lord, my body has been a good friend, but I won't need it when I reach the end. Sushan Stevens, Cat Stevens. And that has been a brief reading interlude, because reading remains a thing. There's a sweet friend, Mark Dobson's book, The Rosetta, and this has been Pooh, and so we thank you all for joining us.